Hello everyone, welcome. In the previous video, we talked about the basic meaning and definition for the topic of balance of payments. In this video, we are going to talk about the components of balance of payments. So, beginning with the broad structure of balance of payments, as you can see, it includes current account, capital account, errors and omissions. After that, the overall balance of payments is calculated, and further, the official settlement or the reserves account is mentioned. So, we will talk about all these components one by one, beginning with the basic components of balance of payments: the current account, capital account, and official reserve account. So, talking about the current account, basically the balance of payments on current account is a statement of actual receipts and payments in short period. The entries in the current account are current in value as they do not give rise to any kind of future claims. And current account includes the value of the export and imports of both the visible as well as the invisible goods. Further, they can either be a surplus or a deficit in the current account. Now, current account includes first, balance of merchandise trade, which is also referred to as BOT, that is balance of trade. This is basically the balance between exports and imports of tangible goods such as automobiles, computers, etc. This balance of merchandise trade or balance of trade is the single largest component of total international payments for most of the countries. Next, current account also includes some transactions related to services, that is, any kind of invisible trade, for example, any shipping and insurance fees, tourism, etc. Also, current account includes some kind of transactions relating to unilateral transfers, that is, any kind of gifts or grants by both government as well as the private parties, and it is a one directional flow. The second component of balance of payments is the capital account. Now, the capital account records all the international transactions that involve a resident of a country concerned changing either his assets with or his liabilities to a resident of another country. That is basically the transactions in the capital account, they reflect a change in stock, that is either a change in assets or in liabilities. And it is precisely the difference between the receipts and payments on account of capital account. And it refers to all the financial transactions. Further, the capital account involves the inflows and outflows relating to investments, short term borrowings or lending, and medium term to long term borrowing and lending. And just like current account, they can also be either a surplus or a deficit in capital account. Now, further, if we talk about that, what all is included in capital account. So first, it includes any kind of direct investment. That means direct investment occurs when an investor acquires equity or when there is an acquisition of the entire firm. Second, in form of portfolio investment, that is, it represents sale and purchase of foreign financial assets such as the stocks and bonds that do not involve the transfer of management control. Third, capital account includes any kind of transactions resulting out of capital flows. That is, it represents any claims with a maturity of less than 1 year. For example, any short term loans, money market investments, bank deposits, etc. Next, we'll talk about the official reserves accounts as a part of balance of payments. So these are basically the government owned assets and it represents only the purchases and sales made by the central bank of the country. For example, if we talk in context of India, so it would be any kind of purchase or sale made by Reserve Bank of India. Now, besides these three components of current account, capital account, and official reserves account, there is also a provision for any kind of errors and omissions in balance of payments. The entries under this head they relate mainly to some leads or lags in reporting of transactions. It is of a balancing entry basically, and it is needed to offset any kind of overstated or understated components. So these were about the basic components of balance of payments. We will talk about the remaining aspects related to balance of payment in the upcoming videos. Till then, stay tuned everyone. Thank you.